Hey there everybody, BoyBear90 here once again. This time for part 3 of my Bruticus set, I am going to be covering Transformers Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Class Brawl. He forms the left leg of Bruticus, and he is, without a doubt, one of the more interesting characters in the video game. I don't have the video game, but I have seen pretty much how the video game goes, and his character in the video game, he's loud. That's all. That's the best possible way that I think anybody could describe Brawl. He is loud. He doesn't believe in subtlety. He doesn't believe in going behind or sneaking around. He believes in going headfirst into battle, all guns blazing, literally, and creating a lot of noise and blowing stuff up. Especially blowing stuff up. Obviously, as you can see, he's basically a Cybertronian tank, just like Megatron is, only this version of the Cybertronian tank is a lot better, in my opinion, versus the War for Cybertron Megatron. We still haven't gotten a Fall of Cybertron Megatron, which kind of irks me. We got two versions of Optimus Prime, but we didn't get a second Megatron, which kind of irks me a little bit. Now, like a regular tank, Brawl's turret can rotate all the way around 360 degrees. You can lift it up. And if you feel that you need to do so, you can mistransform him and basically bring the turret out like that. Why you would do that, I don't know. His accessory is this third middle barrel for his turret, which is basically his handheld pistol. To transform him into robot mode, what you want to do is take the basically, I like to call these taillights because they look like taillights. Why a tank has a taillight section, I don't know. You unpeg them from the legs, rotate them up, take his connector bit, rotate it all the way around like this, where it's basically touching the back of the turret. Separate his arms from the main body. That will free up his legs. Though his legs are very hollow in the back, but that's only because that will allow them to fold in for his tank mode and for his limb mode. Flip out his rather small feet. Rotate his arms down and flip out his fist. Rotate his arm down, flip out the fist. Bring his head up. Give him his handheld gun. And here you have Transformers Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Class Brawl in his robot mode. Now, most people can't seem to get Brawl to stand up in any of their video reviews, even the more popular people that I watch, such as Optibotimus. But every time that I've had Brawl in his robot mode, he has never once fallen over. I don't know if I got lucky with mine, or if he really is back heavy. I mean, he is still back heavy, and he does want to try to fall over, but if you position his legs and his feet just right, he will stand on his own. You don't have to lean him against a prop, you don't have to lean him against a wall, or a shelf, or anything. This guy actually will stand if you position his legs just right. And in my case, I did. I'm not trying to call anyone out or make anyone feel bad. I'm just saying I might have got lucky with mine. He may not be as heavy as the earlier production. Mine might be a little bit lighter than the earlier model. But anyway, not really much I could say about Brawl in his robot mode, aside from his apparent weight issue that he does have. But, he's much more scrawny than I would like him to be. When you hear the name Brawl for a Decepticon, you would imagine him to be really big and muscular and really huge in the chest, like really broad shouldered, like basically a really buff looking dude. This guy looks a lot like a string bean. And the fact that he's actually green doesn't really help the comment all that much. But I actually like his color scheme. I'm not really a big fan of the color green, personally, but he pulls it off very well. Springer pulls off the color very well. But aside from that, he is a very good figure. He is, I want to say, my third favorite out of the set. My number one favorite would be Swindle. My third favorite would be this guy. My second favorite would be Onslaught. Now, to turn him, because Brawl is the left leg, I'm going to transform him into the left leg. To do that, remove his gun, flip his hands back into his forearms, push the head back down, rotate the arms back into place, tab them into place if they will go. Basically, instead of going like this for a tank mode, leave them down like this. Go ahead and take the turret, pop it out of place, and there's a little hook on the bottom of the turret right here that will tab into that gap right there on the front of the tank. If you heard that, that means if you could hear that, that means it's in there and it's secure. On the back of the turret, there's two slots right here that will go onto these tabs right here on the front of the arms. And to do that, you have to take this green section of the turret and pull it up like that. That will in turn rotate these turrets, the turret barrels, where they look like this. They turn down like this, where the tabs are facing down. Plug in these tabs right here, and that locks the bottom of the turret in place. You take the back of the tank, there's two more sections right here and right here. That's what these tabs on the bottom of the turrets are for. Plug them in, and now the leg is very secure. Rotate the feet back into position. Rotate the legs back inside. Mine are very iffy sometimes. Sometimes they'll go in, sometimes I gotta fight them. But aside from that, there's Brawl in his leg mode. He is my favorite leg out of the whole set. All four, like I said, all four of the limbs can become a leg, but Brawl is my favorite leg. I don't know why, but I really like the design. Now, recently, a third-party company has come out with an add-on kit where basically you can leave Brawl pretty much in his tank mode, which I'm going to go ahead and show you, with the exception of the turret facing up rather than facing down. You can leave it facing up because the third-party company has made a foot, an actual foot that goes on to this section of the tank where he looks like an actual foot, just like he did in the video game. I don't really like that. I don't like how they constantly try to make the characters 100% video game accurate, because a lot of times they just don't come out looking good, at least in my opinion. That and the add-on kits most of the time are twice as much as the actual figure that they're meant to improve in the first place. So I just like to have Brawl in his original design, at least by Hasbro, right here. Not much I could say about it, except that it's my favorite out of the leg modes, out of the four. But That's all I got to say for Brawl for now. Part 4 will be Vortex.